Yeah, I'm not sure. I got to check that out as soon as I leave here.
Coach, how would you just assess your team's performance tonight?
I mean, fought hard. Fought hard. That's a really good football team they're playing, and had some opportunities. Thought we came out hot. Started fast like you need to against a team like that, but just didn't finish.
Cliff, on Allen, the TV telecast said that they had footage of him being hit in the head by a thrown ball. Your radio crew said
That
he was
wasn't.
having trouble breathing.
Yeah, it wasn't anything with his head. So I don't know. I just know it wasn't his head. I don't know the exact extent of it. I got to go check him out after this.
Was it from the hit that he took there?
Yeah, near the goal line. Yes, sir. I know that's when it occurred.
Is he here or is he on the hospital?
I'm not sure. I broke the team down and then headed up here to talk.
Coach, even in a loss, were you impressed with the fight you saw from your team, just the overall execution throughout the game?
We've been fighting hard. We got to find a way to win these games. We're not getting it done at the end of these close games. And proud of Jet's effort. I thought he came in a little bit sluggish. I didn't give him good plays early, things he was comfortable with. But that's a tough spot once again. He's thrown into and he competes and gives us a chance. And so I was proud of his effort. But we got to find a way to finish these games.
What did you think of your defense's performance tonight? I know you gave up 600 yards, but there were a number of times they got Oklahoma off the field.
Yeah, especially early, getting those turnovers, giving us a chance to put some distance between us, and we really didn't like we could have. They're a really, really good offense. That O-line with that quarterback, I don't know who will stop them. The way that quarterback can move and run and then beat you in the pocket, he's phenomenal. I don't know who's better than him in the country, or who has been better than him in the last however many years. I mean, he is a special, special talent out there.
How much is your defensive plan limited or compromised by not having to cover?
It obviously didn't help. I've been proud of Rico and the way he's stepped up when called upon last week and this week. But you're talking about a senior veteran, very cerebral player who gets us lined up and diagnoses things out there. And to not have him most of the game obviously didn't help our cause. But those other guys played hard. He's just a spiritual leader in a bunch of different ways.
During the pregame, what's your expectation for what Dakota's availability?
No, he was full go. Yeah, something happened in the game that I have to figure out. But he practiced all week. He was full go.
Okay, so the hand wasn't.
It wasn't the hand. No, that wasn't the issue.
And radio said that it looked like the trainers were working with his leg.
I think so. I knew it was a leg. I didn't get the extent of what they thought it was.
Why do you think your team had so much success early against Murray? Was it disguising coverages?
Yeah, I think he just didn't see us a couple of times looking at it. One, he sailed, and the first one, it looked like a big window, and Dorsey kind of got behind some linemen and dropped into it. But you got to give him credit, the way he rebounded and didn't blink, and he's a special talent.
What are your thoughts on David Allen's performance tonight?
It was good to get him going again. That's what we expected all year. He had that growing injury, and he hadn't come back the way we needed him to, the explosiveness in his running. But he looked like it all week in practice, and he looked like it tonight that he got his explosiveness back and he could cut full speed. And so we got to keep him going. We need to continue to work on that run game. It got a little funky there trying to keep up at the end, and we didn't run as much as we would have liked. But we had some big plays in the run game, which gave us a chance.
Cliff, on a play where Allen apparently got hurt, what were his options on that play?
Yeah, run it in. He tried to go wide, and we thought he'd stick his foot in the ground and walk in the end zone, but he didn't, and so ended up taking a shot.
But that was by design.
Oh yeah.
He was keeping.
Oh yeah.
What did you think about Monte Dorsey? And I know he went down during the game. How is he doing?
Yeah, I think he's fine. I saw him after the game. He's a tough young man. I think he did something to his shoulder, but nothing drastic. And thought he played with a lot of juice, was hitting hard like he always does, and had great energy out there.
You guys pretty much emptied your bucket tonight, didn't you? I mean, you don't really have any regrets, do you, about how you handled things tonight in terms of some key decisions?
Yeah, I think the only thing was having a better plan for Jet early. I tried to do some stuff that I should have found a way to get him more comfortable at the start of that second half than I did. And so I wish I would have done that, because once he got in a rhythm and he was competing and doing his deal, he played really well. And so that, from my perspective, that was it. But everybody played hard, and I thought special teams once again gave us a chance in some areas, punted the ball well, kicked off well. Clayton hit his field goals, and so that's an area that continues to help us stay in games.
Coach, when you guys were down 8 and you scored and you had to pick 2, by the way, how did the team react to that? Have you ever seen something like that?
Yeah, I've seen it before. I thought they reacted well. They came back down. I mean, obviously they scored, but then they came back down and scored. And, that was a play we practiced a bunch. And Seth, we'd tell him, hey, give us a chance, somehow throw it in the end zone. You just don't expect him to run it back. And so that was just a misfortune. But it wasn't on him. It was on me for calling it.
Cliff, following up on that, since it's 42-34, obviously, if you're scoring that drive, you're going to go for 2.
Right.
So you were thinking about that. That was your 2-point play from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, we had 3 of them, and we used one on Zach's and one on TJ's touchdown earlier in the game, and so that was our last one left, and we'd repped it a ton. We liked it. They played it well. They didn't go for the bait, and made a good play on it.
So what I understand correctly, so the early touchdown to TJ?
Yeah, that was one of them, and then the one to Zach was one of them, and then that was our 3rd one, so we'll have to draw up some more this week.
The discipline of your team was pretty good tonight, Coach. I mean, you didn't have a lot of penalty problems, and Oklahoma was trying to bait you guys. That's a positive for your group.
Much improved. Last week that really hurt us. Some big plays, personal fouls and whatnot. Had a ton of penalty yards last week, and I felt like that really hurt us and put us in a hole. And you watch OU play. They're a physical bunch. They're a tough bunch, mean bunch up front. They take it to you, and I felt like we did a good job of resisting the temptation to get into that stuff, and we got to carry that on. We have to eliminate penalties and free yards moving forward in these last 3.
How well did you feel like you obviously leaned more towards the big plays? How well did you feel like you defended C.D. Lamb, Marcus Brown?
Yeah, I mean, they had some shots that they dropped and some different things, but I thought we competed hard. Both those guys are NFL players, and they can really, really run. So I thought we fought as well as we could have done against them.
Any particular reason why it seemed like Adrian Fry seemed to play less than Dez and DeMarcus?
Yeah, I think Dez just had a good week of practice, and so they wanted to get him in there and get him some reps. And Adrian was a little bit limited this week in practice due to a ankle from the previous week, and so he didn't practice as much as we would have liked.
How do you slow down a guy like Kyler Murray?
You don't. I've said this all week, but I watched him from sophomore year in high school on, and nobody's ever slowed him down. I've never seen him have a bad game. Those are the first 2 back-to-back interceptions I've ever seen him have, and he's phenomenal. I don't know what you do, and that's why I say I think he could play at the next level. The way that those NFL offenses are planning the spread and doing stuff, I don't know. They wouldn't be able to stop him up there either.
When he was going down that last drive, 3 or 4, whatever it was, do you almost want them to score so you get the ball back and they can't just run the clock out, or how do you manage that type of situation?
Yeah, you don't want them to score. I mean, we're down, 4, I think it was. So you're hoping you get it back, have a chance to go win it. But with their O-line, their running backs, Kyler pulling it, doing stuff, it's going to be a tall task. And they had a good plan, a good 4-minute plan, and scored, and you got to take your hat off to them.
But when his first and goal with the 2, they're late. What happened with the false start run? The entire outside of your
Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to ask Jet. I thought we had a good play call on, and it looked like everybody went, so I didn't ask. We just called the next play and moved on.
2 more.
What did you think of Zach's touchdown catch? 'Cause
That was awesome. Really proud of that kid. I mean, 6-year senior, worked his tail off. I told him, he's going to make a big play for us at some point. That was huge. The catch and the wherewithal to stick it across the line. He's a stud football player and always has been, and it's a great contribution by him.
And 199 yards from Antoine Wesley tonight.
He's a stud. Yeah, he's a stud. I've said it every week, man. He keeps getting better and better, and his focus and preparation is as good as any I've been around at that position. And so you just got to keep coming. He's a big part of our offense.